to replace the box light with the Elgato Key Light. Will these do what I need them to do as a YouTube content creator? Honestly, I'm not asking for much. I'm really not that picky.
You're picky about everything. You're the definition of picky.
Maybe I'm a little picky. I want these lights to light up my face without giving me sensory overload. I would like for them to work while I'm standing and sitting. The third thing is about ease of use. I want to be able to set it and forget it. I want to be able to raise and lower my desk and not have to worry about whether the lights are going to fall over. Ultimately, I want these lights to be able to replace my box light because it is big, it's an eyesore, and honestly, I trip on it quite a bit. Let's go install these and see how they work. This is what we're replacing, this big box light.
Okay, well, no assembly required on that.
Oh, wait, where's the plug?
Apparently, it includes all the plugs. I don't know what I think about that yet. We'll see how well it works. I mean, I'm sort of more of a fan of not having... It's just one more thing of a point that something can have a problem later.
And you say I'm picky.
I didn't say I wasn't. I just said you were. Basically, this looks like this will attach to that. Looks like it's got one on each corner to attach it to. Nothing on the back, so it attaches to the frame. And some clips to attach it to a pole of some kind, it looks like.
Wait, I thought it was supposed to have a remote control.
It's a phone app.
That's one reason why I chose it, is I thought that there was a remote control.
Yeah, I've opened the everything. There's definitely not one in this box.
I misread the advertisement. I thought that the remote control was included in this, but clearly it was not. It is sold on Elgato's website, and it looks like that is the only place that you can get the remote. But that's not something that I'm going to get at this time. Maybe I can put a button on my Stream Deck for the ease of use part so that I can click it and turn on the light that way.
I don't hate this thing. Seems fairly sturdy. Decent thick iron. It's your basic pole.
Yeah.
The top piece does not come attached, which is kind of weird. Like they make you attach it yourself. You know, first world problems. In order to get this wide enough to go around here, this completely comes out and then this just falls off. So you kind of have to like get it on, hold it, put it, and then put this in. Like if that bolt were just a little bit longer, I wouldn't have had to do all that. I mean, again, it's not like it's a big deal, just
something you wanted to note.
Yeah, just my note. But like I don't know how far.
Yes,
well,
I don't.
It's kind of wide, so it's got to come forward some because that thing is going to mount up there and it's wide.
This is where I get picky, right? I'm afraid if it's in front of the monitors, then my eye focus is going to be on that hole.
Not that you're being picky or anything.
Yeah, right. It looks simple enough. Is this going to stick out like this?
It can twist. So it's got one of those knobs that...
Okay. So that can go back.
Yeah.
Not that I was being picky. I just didn't want to jam my leg into it.
And this way I've got an exact thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of butcher block. So it's like right at the 5th block.
Not that you're picky or anything.
I'm just being picky for you. I think we're just going to stick to it this way. I'm just kind of playing with it, getting an idea of... Okay, she feels fairly stout. You're probably thinking something along these lines here.
That was not what I was thinking, but... I mean, of course it would be taller.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure that it doesn't hit the Govee strip
right now
light.
it's clear.
We've connected it to the control center. Definitely cable management has gone up the list. It's not an immediate no.
Actually, it's much more well balanced in the lighting. The background, the front ground, that's a way better look than your other one.
And when I was testing, I actually made a mistake. I left my, what I call studio on, and what studio is for me is my Govee Skyline light strip. So you're gonna see the Elgato Key Lights with the Govee light strip. Let's watch what happens, and hopefully we're all pleasantly surprised. Both Elgato Key Lights are facing towards the ceiling and they are at the max brightness they will go. Oh, that does look good.
Tell me what it's like at 25%.
So 25% would not work. And this is them at the same percentage, not one of them being.
This is 40%.
I wish that I had a side-by-side comparison.
If only someone was smart enough to edit videos in a way to put things side by side. Okay, yeah, like the app just apparently restarted itself.
50% on both. This is 60%. It is almost to the point of hurting. It's a little uncomfortable, but it might be a thing of my eyes would get used to it. I just want to see. 70%, I cannot see myself using 70% because it is starting to bother my eyes.
Yep, the app reset again.
That's a problem. Left one didn't even turn back on.
Oh, it's still rebooting. Like the app, it takes like a minute or two to restart the app.
If that happened while I was filming, that would be a problem.
No accessory found. Yeah, completely lost communication with the light.
And there is a difference with just one light being on. I can see the glare.
I'm going to close this app and relaunch it.
So the question I have, once we get settings set correctly.
Okay, I'm going to actually power cycle this thing.
See, and that's not something I'll be able to do. This is 80%. This is definitely way too bright for me personally, but I'm sure that it looks fantastic. Let's go to 88 miles per hour.
There's 88. I guess you really wanted 90.
This is 90%. This is the blazing suns now. It's 100%. I mean, I might be able to film at this for a minute or two.
Yeah. And one thing to keep in mind, this is standing with them right at the ceiling doing the reflection. Once you go to sitting, it's going to look different.
My preference, I think, was in the 40 to 60 range. Like, I don't know which ones. Did the app crash?
The light disconnected from it, yes.
Like, this isn't just a little problem. This is a huge problem because that happened when my phone went to sleep, right? So let's just go with the 50%, even though it's okay. And is it stable?
I mean, they shake a lot, but I mean, honestly, the light hitting the ceiling is pretty comparable to what it normally is. And we haven't even started to play with angles,
like angles and stuff. Wait, is my studio
light is still on.
Turn that off.
Turn the studio off.
Do you see the difference? Because that's one thing I wasn't taking into consideration is I had the studio light on. Now this does not, like, I need the studio light.
The studio on.
Yeah, that's both of them. It's a combination.
Yeah.
So I didn't waste my money. Let's talk about the 5 goals that I had for these lights from the very beginning of this video. I want these lights to light up my face without giving me sensory overload. All right, here's the deal. I'm probably always going to experience some level of sensory overload when it comes to lighting. I just am super sensitive to that. When you throw in the fact that I now have a light on my right-hand side where I didn't have one before, even though the lumens are less overall, it still feels brighter to me, even though it may not show up on camera that way. I did make one minor adjustment since the last clip, and that's a change to the kelvins from 6150 to 6000, because that's what the light bulb was before on my big box light. So I think having it the same will help. We do need to do some adjustments of the angles, I believe, to improve this. I'm not going to do that in today's video because it will take a little while to figure out exactly the placements of the lights, but I think we're at a good start. I wanted them to be able to work sitting and standing, and they do that. I will say I think it probably looks a little bit better when I'm standing up because the lights are closer to the ceiling and allows it to bounce back down on my face. But I'm also satisfied if I do have to film sitting down or if I'm on a video call sitting down. The third thing is about ease of use. I want to be able to set it and forget it. As you saw, there were lots of trouble with the mobile app. I'm going to show you a little segment of my computer screen. They also have a desktop app. It is really tiny, so tiny that it's difficult for me to be able to see and mess with. I was able to customize my Stream Deck so that I can, with the click of a button, I'm going to turn the lights off now. And now I turn them on. I can, even if I'm working and just want one light off, I could turn one light off. I can also make adjustments to the brightness and to the Kelvin on my Stream Deck. You could use the apps. They just were a little flaky for us, as you saw in the footage. The next thing that's important to me is stability on the desk. As I'm sitting here, they are fairly stable. When I raise and lower the desk, it does feel like they shake just a little bit. And also, the one that I've got that's on my left-hand side, the pole is very straight. The one that I've got on my right side, the pole feels like it is leaning in at an angle. And of course, the big question, will they replace my box light?